Okay, guys. Wait, who is Supreme? Gonna remove this person. Okay. All right. So in terms of trading, there's like different ways to do analysis. There's the technical side, and then there's a fundamental side. And a lot of you guys don't know much about the fundamentals. And fundamentals actually way more powerful than the technicals because the technicals will give you the signals in terms of trades, the immediate trades, but the more bigger profits can be generated from fundamentals by understanding where the market will head towards by understanding the news and the fundamentals. Anything outside of the chart is basically fundamental. So a good example of this is like NFP, non-farm payroll, and CPI, consumer price index. So these are things that you guys need to learn and study. And there's a lot of different websites and so resources that you guys can plug in with to be ahead of the curve. So one of the most impactful pairs when it comes onto these fundamentals are the US dollar pairs. Anything that has some type of correlation with the futures and US market and the stock market will be impacted from any of the major news events, such as the consumer price index and the non-farm payroll based out of US. So today I'm gonna show you guys how you guys can utilize some of these news to benefit and have like a better future sight on where the market will head, where the trend will lead, and all that fun stuff. And then I'm gonna have you guys do some assignments that will help you better understand the fundamental analysis. So first and foremost, let's go to economic calendar. And then under economic calendar, you should be able to see all the hot news that have happened this month. So like I said, NFP is one of the most impactful news. So let's look at so NFP is typically first Friday of the month. So the first Friday of the month on October was October 4th. So October 4th, we had non-farm payroll, which basically measures the unemployment rate and the employment rate. So you can identify potential recession or potential inflation. Even from CPI you can, but the NFP can also help you predict that. And it basically measures economy, and you'd be able to better understand if the US economy is improving or worsening. So right here, let's click on the article. We gotta look for the sources, US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLS. These guys are the ones that help you measure the employment rate. So where is the report? It always gets more tricky trying to find the report after the announcement has already been released. Okay, there should be a direct source. So normally when I click on it, it gets me right to the article, but sometimes they pull the article. That's the issue. Data tools. Where the hell is it? Might be this one, honestly. So it will say September, and some of you guys might be wondering, okay, why are we looking at September? Because the data gets released a month later. So for example, for the month of October, it'll get released on November, and month of November will be released in December. So that is why you guys won't see the same month. So as you can see, October 4th, this is the actual official summary, and it's been released by the BLS. Okay, so total non-farm payroll employment increased by 250,000 in September, and unemployment rate changed at 4%. And What else? Okay, so they're talking about the hurricane that have impacted some of the employment issues. But overall, it's showing that the employment has risen to 150,000 and the unemployment rate have a very small impact. Now, this overall at glance is a positive news. So let's see what kind of impact it had on the market. So we're gonna go look at UCAD, or we can even look at US30. Let's look at UCAD and we'll be able to understand what had happened. Let's go and remove the liquidity swing for now. And we'll go into a replay and go back to October 4th. I'm gonna use this time machine. All right, so like we predicted, it had positive impact. Why did it have a positive impact? Here, I'm gonna write it down so that you guys can better understand. So I know some of you guys are visual learners. So the oh my gosh. So BLS reported October 4th, 2024. NFP data over 250K jobs were created and unemployment rate has little to no changes. This is overall positive news for the US economy. So as you guys can see, immediately as it occurred, you can see bullish movement, bullish engulfing candle that has been created. Now, let's see if this continues a trend. Moving forward, the next day it created a higher low and a higher high. And then it just continues up and it breaks through that moving average, 100-day moving average, which is not very often it breaks that bar. So it's actually pretty crazy. And then it continues to break through and it creates a recent all-time high around this movement. And we're looking at now breaking 1.39. So overall, this news had a extremely positive outlook in the US economy and the US market. So which is why the crypto was also going up. The overall stock market's been going up. And when the stock market goes up, the cryptos goes up. And overall, when the US economy does well, it will also have a positive impact in crypto market. So this is why everything was going up, well, partially alongside with many other positive news. So as you guys can see, it's extremely important for you guys to understand the fundamentals, and you guys need to stay on top of the consumer price index and important news such as the non-farm payroll. I know it's a lot of work, and some of you guys don't have time to do this, but like if you guys really want to do this full time and make a lot of money from this, you have to learn every venue, every ventures, every aspect of trading, including the fundamentals. And it's especially important even for those who are running AI. So some of the guys here are just interested in running algorithms. Well, that's fine, but if you're running it through these days, you could get stopped out because the algorithm is not sophisticated enough to trade during the news, which is why I've implemented a software setting where you could shut it off during the news event. However, if you guys know what direction the market will head, you could actually change the setting so that it can adapt to the market condition and trade better. So what I want you guys to work on is trying to predict whether the market's going to go up or down by looking at different news articles. So as an assignment, I want everyone here to collectively look at the last consumer price index of the September data, as well as the non-farm payroll from September, which measures August. I want everyone to identify what had happened to the US dollar against Canadian dollar market. And I want you guys to document and make a report such as this one. And I'm actually going to give few of you guys a top price, so the top 3 people who are able to get this as accurate as possible, I'm gonna give you guys a prize sent to your house. So there's some incentive there. So again, I'm gonna write this down for all you guys to understand. I want you guys to go collect the data from the non-farm payroll in August and consumer price index for CPI for August as well. And I want you guys to try and predict what will happen. And then after predicting it, I want you to understand why it happened. So I want you guys to summarize and explain why did this happen in the market. Okay. And I want you guys to do that on US dollar, Canadian dollar, just to make it simple. And I want you guys to submit this no later than Friday. Now, if you guys do not submit this work, you will not be accepted into my next call, which is Saturday, and you will be forbidden from participating in our live trading until the work is done. So please get it done. And if this lesson was valuable and you guys learned something here today, I want you guys to drop a fire emoji in the general chat. And if you